joy, and I am so happy to see you guys. Honestly, I've missed you guys so much. Let me just first start out with an apology. I'm sorry if I worried anybody. I promise it was not my intention. Really not my intention to do that. I know I've been gone for a while. We're gonna go into everything. I can feel some people getting worried. Not you guys, but we'll talk about it. We're gonna go into exactly what happened. I've been gone almost a month. I did not expect to take that time off, but I am so glad I did. So first of all, if you haven't seen it, I did a video about Meghan and Harry's interview with Oprah, and I'll have more of those coming out because I think it's fascinating. Go check that out as well. I did a video, and hopefully it's the last one, which I'll go into a little bit in this video, about Trisha Paytas because she called me out again. Also, I want to let you guys know, people thought that she got me banned off of YouTube. That is not the case. Not at all the case, and I can tell you there are actually ways you can tell. So for instance, if she would have got me banned, she would have had to got strikes on my channel. For strikes on my channel to happen, for me to have that type of banning, I would have need to have at least 3 videos struck down. None of my videos have disappeared. This was all excuse me, this was all me. This was all, ow, I have an itch in my ear. This is all my decision. And I'm gonna talk about why I did it and what's happened and all of that. So before I get into that, guys, I don't know that I'm going to continue to be on YouTube. This is the truth. I'm not saying this for attention or what's going on with me. Sympathy. I'm not. But I'm going to be more on other platforms, which we're going to talk about. Add me on TikTok. We'll talk about it. Joy Sparkle Shine. Add me there. And on Snapchat, Joy Sparkle Shine. Be patient with me. I do not understand how Snapchat works. And I don't yet know how to get subscribers. So I don't know if you add me as a friend, whatever it is, we'll figure it out. But go ahead and add me on those too, because that's, I think, where I'm going to be more than any other platform. We're going to talk about it. So first of all, this is a new hoodie. I love these colors. I love any colors that like remind me of the sky or sunsets. So pinks and blues and purples and oranges. I love all those types of hues. So I saw this and I'm like, I have to get it. Also guys, tell me what you think about my hair. I'm looking at my monitor. This is a disaster, but a lot of times you guys want to see my natural hair and you think it's really nice. This is it. It's a mess. So I'll kind of explain what's happening, and you can see how I have these divots up here. This is, and you can see it. I have all of these small tufts of hair all around my head coming in, because when you get sick with what I had, or also another double whammy, when you lose a ton of weight, many times you can lose hair, and you guys have seen it. Like you'll see on the side, you'll kind of see these spots where there's not as much hair. It's getting so much better, especially over the last month. I've been doing things for it to get better. My hair actually looks so much healthier than what it was. And when I say natural, guys, I did curl the ends of it, and I did try to manage it a little bit so it's not completely, but it is a mess. I'm trying to figure out, and leave me some comments if you guys have any ideas on what I can do with it. I might try like some half back stuff maybe or something. It's been so long since I've done much with my hair, but I cannot keep by the way, I keep doing this because I think it's going to help, and I don't think it is, because it just looks weird with it going in, but that's because the hairs are so short. Like I tried straightening, I tried curling, but they're so short, they're just going to do what they want. And I'm grateful to have my hair coming back. It's so much thicker and fuller. I told you guys I have very thick but fine hair. I've got weird hair, but let me know what you guys think, and I will try some different things with it, because I'm going to have it more natural, because I can't help it. I just don't have the energy. So what happened? I'm not going to go into extreme detail on this, but I'll tell you there are 2 big reasons as to why I left. Had nothing to do with Trisha Paytas. Here's what, I'm so glad I took this time. I am so glad. I so needed it. But here's what happened. A couple things happened. Number 1, exhaustion and illness. I have been going nonstop since May of 2020, making anywhere from 2 to 5 YouTube videos a day with very few breaks. Most human beings, most well-capable human beings can't do that. And Lord have mercy, I did this for like 8-9 months. And I was in this conundrum, this catch-22 of my body's not going to get better unless I give it a break. So physically, mentally, emotionally, I was exhausted. The type of content covering the Trisha Paytas thing was very negative for my mental health and for my channel. That kind of combined with the exhaustion, but then there was something else that happened. So this is some TMI. I think most of my audience is ladies. I don't think guys are really that interested in watching me, which is fine. No disrespect. And hi, fellas. Hi, if you are here. But here's another big thing that happened. Typically PMS, we're talking about right before menstruation. Very easy for me. This is like a 3 to 5 day scenario. And then I'm very lucky because menstrual stuff lasts me 2 or 3 days. It used to be 1 or 2, but now it's longer because we're working on my illnesses, my blood volume, all of that. So the more blood volume I have, the more my body can go through the natural cycles. I had PMS that lasted for about 12 days. And my heart goes out to all the sisters who go through this routinely. Not only that, my PMDD came back. To those of you that don't know what PMDD is, it's basically where you have ideation of not wanting to be on the planet anymore. And it was really bad. I hadn't really experienced that until I had copper toxicity. And if y'all remember back then in live streams, or I talked about it on videos, I'm like, if there was a button for I don't want to be here in the world in my head, what would happen is it felt like somebody was just physically pressing that button nonstop back then. So it was a bit different with the copper toxicity. It's so hot, but it felt like I would have these feelings of emotionally I'm fine, mentally I'm fine, but there's this instinct that I have to jump out a 3-story building where I'm not okay. Stuff that I knew didn't make sense. And luckily I have my spiritual training of stay present, this too shall pass, right? Stuff like that, where I was able to white knuckle every month and get through it. And that lasted about a year. And as I got the heavy metals out of my system, it disappeared. It came back, and it came back with a vengeance, to the point where I was scared. And I was like, I don't know what to do here. So considering the subject matter I was covering, the amount of negativity that came with that, which I was prepared for, and I was fine with until the PMDD hit. And guys, it was almost 2 weeks of this, and every day it was getting worse. Nothing was wrong. It was a situation where I'm like, mentally I'm fine. Emotionally I'm fine. I knew this was hormonal. And what I've learned about being on the internet and YouTube, this is what I now know, is if I'm having a bad situation like that and it gets bad enough, take a break. Don't try to work through it. And so between the sheer exhaustion, the negativity of the subject that I was the one that consciously covered, right? So I'm not trying to play a victim card or woe is me, versus the PMDD, I said, I'm out. And then I had a couple days where my views were down. And I was just like, and they shouldn't have been, in a way where I knew YouTube's messing with the algorithm, what's happening. And I just threw up my hands and said, I'm taking a break. And I don't have, as you guys know, I don't have any other platforms where I'm active. And I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to worry anybody. In fact, Mike was like, hey, because I talked to Mike. We don't talk often, but that's the thing. When you get to be adults at our age, you can talk. Like, I have friends I talk to a couple times a year that I'm close friends with. We're just busy, We all have our own lives and stuff going on. And so Mike's like, hey, just, people are asking how you are. And I was like, I'm like, yeah, just tell everybody I'm okay. And that was the other thing. I took 3 weeks to really do a lot of self-reflection and self-examination and do a lot of changes. So in 3 weeks, the first thing I did was I decided, first of all, I didn't know how long I was going to be gone. I didn't know I was coming back. Didn't know I was coming back yet. I saw the Meghan and Harry interview and I'm like, I want to talk about it. So that's why I'm here. And if I seem a little weird, I will tell you I'm having health stuff come up. I've been having a vagus nerve flare up for the last 4 days. So I am exhausted. So if I look a little funny, that's why. I'll be okay. I just need to break and get through it. But I focused a lot on my health, and I will tell you guys where I'm at. So I am now at a point where I'm eating a cup of carrots and beets every day. That's part of what's helping my hair. Apparently those are 2 vegetables that are amazing for your hair. I have pictures of from a month ago with my hair versus now, night and day difference. But my hair, it's still really dry. It still looks not good. And then I have all these little hairs that make it really hard to actually just have my natural hair. I also got to where I'm walking 45 minutes every morning on a treadmill, and this is the really exciting part, I'm singing again. I'm practicing about 30 minutes a day, and I've started even practicing the classical stuff. I can't do full voice, and it sucks because I have no diaphragm now. It's all connected to the vagus nerve. This is why I didn't want to do much singing. I didn't even know if I could. It's a nightmare. Healing the vagus nerve is very difficult. It's very different from the gut stuff. The vagus nerve will activate and do all kinds of crazy stuff as you try to fix it. But another thing I'm doing is I am cooking the majority of my own meals by myself. Some days I do need help because I have to cut my vegetables every day, the cup of carrots and beets. The beets are really difficult to cut, and it's so fun because I get the red beet juice on my hand and I feel like Dwight, I'm a beet farmer. So sometimes I do have to have roommates help, but for the most part, I'm cooking my meals by myself. And I've even been able to do dishes and clean the kitchen by myself, which is amazing because everything falls on roommate, because when I was working, that was all I could do. So I was like, I'm going to try within what I can do in my body to step up while I'm not working. And most days, I would say 4 to 5 days out of the week, I can keep up with it. What we've been doing is Monday through Thursday, I try to take care of as much as I can. Friday's not as busy at work for him, so Friday through Sunday, he helps me more. And it's been great. I wake up every morning, I do my 45 minutes of walking. It's, I basically have it on the whatever standard setting, and then the last 5 minutes, I take it down to the lower setting. And I'm even sweating a little bit during it. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've lost more weight. Which I'm very excited. I actually have some, if you guys want to see it, I have loose skin pictures before and after because I'm going to have to get rid of loose skin, and I really can't do topical treatments because my body reacts, and I don't want my body reacting to things, and I can't do surgery. So I am on a path to fix any loose skin that I have naturally, and it's working. If you guys want to see a video about it, let me know. Very excited. So, and we changed my diet so that like the vegetables really fill me up. So where I was eating 150 milligrams of protein, like meat a day, I'm now down to 50 because the majority of my calories are coming from the vegetables. And that is a game changer. And this is why I've been so sad, guys. I was able to be 100 pounds. And I've seen comments about people going, you've never been 100 pounds. We've seen you. I'm like, you guys only saw me for the last 4 years. You guys don't know what I fully looked like before and where I've been at. And I've been all over the map. I've been thicker and I've been really small. And when I was really small, what kept me small was a focus on vegetables. But then I got sick and I couldn't. And that was just a horrible thing for my diet. And we didn't know what to do. Vegetables made me gain weight. And luckily, I'm at the point where at least with the carrots and beets, I'm okay. I did try to add in onions, but as I always do, I was told to do a teaspoon. I was like, I'll do 1/4 of a cup. After about 25 times of going to the bathroom, literally sick that day, I stopped counting. I was very sick for 2 days. And so that was in the beginning of that 3-week period. So I stopped. And day 2, it was really bad. I tried a couple bites. It was burning. So I'm going to remember at the beginning with carrots, I had to do I tried them, but I was in that whatever virus I had. And so then I had to give it some time, right? And I had to give it a few weeks. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, I will be able to add that back in. It's almost warm enough. I'll be able to start doing sunlight therapy outside. Being able to be outside from the hours of 6 to 10 a.m. Typically I do 8 to 10. In morning sunlight has so many good benefits. It regulates histamine. It regulates gut bacteria. It regulates your circadian rhythms. There's so many good things that come from it. So I'm really excited to get back into that. And it's been wonderful just to focus on my health, and I'm getting stronger. I think I'm down to 128, 129 pounds. I'm getting really close to my goals, and I'm very, very excited. Can you guys tell? I don't know. I think I noticed that a lot of the fat is going away, not completely, but it's going away a lot. And I'm getting more you guys can actually see more cheekbones. Y'all don't even know. I actually look totally different than what anybody has ever seen me as. And I'm thinking that with my diet change, hopefully by my birthday in June, I'll be back to 110, 105, and I will really feel like myself. And I bought some very cheap, cute, smaller clothing. And oh my gosh, this is another thing I'll have to show you guys. I don't have it on right now, but I will show you in a video here soon. I can wear leggings again. I have leggings from I don't know why I'm shouting. I think it's because I'm excited. I have leggings that I used to love wearing leggings. And I have some leggings that I was like, surely I can't fit into these. And they're falling off of me. Something else that's really interesting I want to talk about. which we'll talk about the PMDD too. I've got that fixed. And I'm going to tell you guys what I did with that, as well as this is going to tie into this. So I have so much stuff to update you guys on. Not only did the leggings fit, and I'll have to show you, they are not just are they hanging off of me, the legs are so, and the butt, like the crotch is like, there's a huge place from like my crotch is here, and then the crotch of the pants is here. It's crazy. They are hanging off me in those areas where when I had these pants before and I was this weight, they were tight on me. So and my legs are really small. I've always had a body where I was really small up top, and then my butt and my thighs have always been thick. Some of the people in the comments who know me or have seen pictures, they know. And those areas have shrunken up. And it's because we are regulating hormones. Many times, depending on where you have fat storage, can tell you and be an indicator of where you have hormonal deficiencies or you have an excess of hormones. And what we think with me from different things with my body is that I'm estrogen dominant. So we've been doing things to help estrogen dominance. I'm on wormwood. I do a tincture of that. I do 40 drops of that a day, as well as I'm on St. John's wort, which helps regulate your hormones. And it's been such a blessing. Such a blessing. So it's been amazing to watch my body start to transform. And I've had not a ton, but I've had some loose skin there's a little bit on my thighs and on my stomach, which I figured there would be because of how much weight I gained how quickly. And it's disappearing. And in what I'm doing with the program I'm on, the person I'm working with has said almost nobody, even people who are bigger than me, end up having loose skin at the end because of the way we're doing it. So I want to document that process for you guys so you know what I'm doing. If you guys want to see it, I have photos. I have some before-ish and after-ish pictures. I wish I had pictures of like what my skin looked like when I was huge. I don't. I just have a couple of photos of what I looked like at my biggest because I felt so horrible. I just didn't want to be seen. I just really didn't. And that was such a bad time. I don't blame myself for that. I didn't feel like a person. I didn't even feel like I had a gender anymore. I just felt like a huge blob that was just there. And I hope and by the way, that is how I felt about myself. You know how you'll have these weird set of standards for yourself you don't have for anybody else? That's what that was. So this is not me saying anything else about anybody else or putting anybody else down. This is just how I felt about myself at the time. And here's what I did with my PMDD. So I also noticed on the PMDD where a lot of my histamine issues had kind of disappeared. They were coming back and forth. And then after that horrific 12 days of PMS and then a cycle that wouldn't end, a week after that, the PMDD came back and the PMS came back. And I was like, I can't do this again. So my practitioner, interestingly enough, the person I work with had been in Africa for like a month. So I wasn't able to talk to her. I can't wait to introduce you guys to her. She's one of the most interesting people and she's just a genius at what she does. I was telling her I told her about the histamines and I told her about the, what was going on with the PMDD and the PMS. And she's like, your hormones got out of whack. I want you to up your St. John's wort. It'll disappear. And that's exactly what happened. So I want you guys to know if you suffer with this stuff, go talk to your medical professionals and doctors. There are things that they can do. And if they don't, get with the right practitioners because there are different herbs and things you can take to help. Now, do not go out and take wormwood or St. John's wort on my recommendation. I am not recommending these two things for anybody. For you, I have a friend who took St. John's wort and it completely backfired on her health. You have to make sure and either know the information or be guided by professionals and know what your health battles are. And also, I have gut issues. It took me 2 months to work up to doing 40 drops of wormwood because it was so severe on my system. I still have issues when I take it. St. John's wort can be great and it can be detrimental for the wrong people. Please understand, I'm not recommending these things. I'm recommending and advocating if you suffer through this, because a lot of women do, go seek help in the way that feels right and works for you. I just wanted to throw that out there. So it's been great. And it's been great to have such good strides with my health. I might do a separate video. I haven't decided, but I'll touch on this. Had an ex come back for a week. Is he nervous? Is he nervous? He is. He watches these videos. He told me he watches these videos. So I'm not going to go into any detail about that. Actually, you know what? Before I even talk about this, I want to see, because roommate was like, put your hair up. And I was like, I don't think it's going to look very good. I just don't think it's going to look very good right now, period. You can try. Hold on. And I think tomorrow, instead of like washing it, I didn't need to have this much hair come out. And really, like, I have all these little hairs and stuff that will come out anyway. Let's see if you guys like it. But I'll tell you about this ex. Not only was it an ex, it was an ex who has been not physically, mentally, emotionally, or financially nice to me. Please infer. You guys won't know who this is. So just a heads up. And I'm not going to talk about who it is. Because I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, I don't know. I'm looking at my monitor. I don't think this looks very good. I don't know. I just think it's going to be a mess in general. But, so about this ex. It's like I can feel him getting nervous right now. It was a very good thing. And when I mean came back, we ended up by accident communicating for about a week. It was difficult, but it was a very good experience for me. I don't know about him and I don't really care. I don't wish him ill will, but this is an ex, and by the way, I've had several bad exes. Not all of them, right? But he was one of the worst. He knows it too. Well, that's the thing. He says he knows it, but then this guy, I think, he is a classic narcissist, and he's really got a lot of sociopathic stuff. And he admitted a lot of things he did to me, and he admitted why. The problem is I never know what's real. I never know if what he's expressing is real or if he is using it as a tactic to manipulate me, because what I found out over that week was that he had been lying and manipulating not just me, but other people, maybe women, please infer, in really damaging and detrimental ways, and had like this much concern or compassion for it. And even if he did show it, I think it was because I was upset. And it was interesting because before I would see the manipulation and I wouldn't call it out in the way that I do now. I would to an extent, but he had ways of keeping me in a really negative, controlled place. And I would relent. And this time I wasn't. I was calling it out left and right as I saw it. And the good thing is I saw a lot. I saw a lot of good things. I ended up seeing a lot more of who this person is, because it's like one thing that'll drive you nuts about a narcissist or sociopath or somebody with those high traits is the what, how do they do what they do and why? And that's always haunted me. And I understood why we didn't work and why we never will work. I understood it. I also understood, and this is very scary, and this is something I'm processing. Almost nothing I ever knew about him was real. I don't think he knows who he is. I think he projects an image of what he wants to be or what he thinks he needs to be in front of that person at that time to get what he wants. And I had to really, because I was like, you've not only changed in many ways, you know, we all change and grow, but I was like, you've done a complete 180 with your personality. How does that work? And there's a lot of spiritual religiosity that will come in, and there's a lot of like, it's kind of hard to explain, but there's a lot of like, this is what God is leading me to and stuff. And it's just, it feels like horse crap. And I just watched this and I was unraveling in the week that we spoke all of these lies. And I decided, and it was weird because towards the end of the week, I started to feel like after speaking to this person enough, I didn't know who I was anymore. And I was in this very negative mental state and cloud. And I realized it was because I was like, I'm right back to their narcissistic confusion they love to create. I'm not doing that. So I cut it off. Also, I just learned a lot. I learned about how severe the lies were and how destructive he was being to me and other people. And I said, I've gone down this road with you. I'm not doing it again. So I said, and he wanted to remain friends. And I said, no, because what you've done, these are not friendly behaviors. That is the very mild version. If you guys would like to hear the story, let me know. I don't know that I really want to talk about it because really I don't want to give somebody like that power in my life. But that was something that also happened where, and I'm fine with it happening. I feel like it needed to happen. It's very much scared me. It's scared me in several ways. It wasn't that I was scared of him and what he's going to do. It was, I'm scared of myself. I'm 36 And it took me years to understand the manipulation that men have done to me, and that I kind of let this person back in so easily, even as I was watching them lie to me, scares me. And this is something that I have to look at and come to terms with in myself. And that's what I've been doing. So I feel okay from it now. It hurt, but I knew I saw a lot of necessary truths. And so I'm glad that it happened. And I'm glad to have a better understanding of who this person is, who this person isn't, and the role that they will and will not ever play in my life. It's sad. I think this is a person that he will talk a very big game about who he is and all the things he's going to do in this world. And at the end of the day, he will never do them. And I didn't understand it. I'm one of those weird people where if I say I'm going to do something, if it's real weird, I'm probably going to do it. Like, this is just how I am. And I think for a long time, and this is like also what I had a hard time with when it came to like the haters and the trolls and the people who had harassed me back in the day. I couldn't understand why they did what they did, because somewhere in my mind, I held everybody to the standard that I hold myself to. And I thought that's how everybody operated. How naive, how silly and naive, right? But this was just how I operated with people. And it took me so long to realize he's going to talk a really big game about everything. And unless it's all handed to him, which is what my role was in the relationship, to be the person that creates magic and opportunities and miracles and money and hands him things, he'll never actually do anything. And I think he knows that. And what I've learned about a lot, and by the way, hashtag to all the good men. Thank you so much. If you are here, we need more of you. So this is not at you. But with men like this, a lot of times, especially these manipulators, these narcissists, they are addicted to comfort and being taken care of. They are very much man children many times. And that's part of the manipulation, the control games. And I've just realized he's always going to be that way. Not because he can't be any other way, but because that he will always choose his best interests and his comfort, and he will be as destructive to anybody around him personally in his life without very much care and concern, just to get what he wants. And then he self-deludes himself and other people by acting like it's God's will, and like it's just a crazy roller coaster of narcissism and sociopathy that I'm glad to be out of. And so that was something that I had to kind of contend with and look at. And then here's going to be the other big thing that happened. And you guys have heard me kind of talk a little bit about this. I might be leaving YouTube. And I'm going to explain the best that I can. And sorry if you guys keep seeing me lean. I'm starting to have issues sitting because of my vagus nerve. So a couple things. I was not going to come back yet. I'm not physically ready. I did a lot of physical work on myself. I'm really proud. Healing the nervous system is going to be a very different task, and I've never had to do this. And I also have to be able to do 2 hours of sitting outside in the sun. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when I'm already doing this speaking and this talking, it's too much. I was doing pretty well. I would have minor vagus nerve flare-ups, but that's going to happen as you heal it. But I had a pretty bad one over the last 4 days. I couldn't walk this morning. This is the second day I haven't sung, and I haven't done that, and I've been very diligent every day to do, to keep my routines. And I had a couple nights where it was just really scary and really bad. The good news is I know what to do. I kind of know how to fix it to an extent. But I don't know that I can do YouTube and focus on my health. And that realization has been really destroying me. It's very scary because what do I do for money? What do I do in this situation? So here's where I'm at. I'm not saying that I'm completely leaving. But I don't think I can be doing videos every day or a couple a day. And not that you guys are like, make tons of content. You guys are awesome, right? But this is the standard I hold myself to because I'm a businesswoman. I like to grow things. I want to build. It's so frustrating to be like, I know what I'm capable of, and I have a body that doesn't allow it. So what do I have to do? I have to get smart. And a friend of mine, thank God for her, has turned me on to the idea of TikTok. And then I did research into Snapchat. And you guys know I've talked about TikTok. I thought TikTok was for the young kids, and I think it is. But then I realized as I researched it how much stuff there is. And I was like, wait a minute. You're telling me that I could just sit in bed and do 1 minute silly videos? And then I realized I feel like I could really do stuff there I enjoy. And I've had to take a really hard look at my content. I stand by what I've done recently. I stand by the things I've said. I stand by the videos about Shane Dawson and Trisha Paytas. But this is not who I want to be. This is not who I am. And I'm sad because because of circumstance and illness, you guys have never really gotten to know me. And I'm not blaming anybody. If I have to blame anybody, I have to blame myself. But at the same time, this is just the cards you're dealt. And I'm dealing with it. People like the ex I spoke to are part of the reason that my nervous system is so messed up. People don't realize this, but if you go through enough physical, mental, and emotional trauma, it can completely mess up your nervous system and you can get very sick. It is the unfortunate part of what I do and who I am, and for a lot of women. That's why I always think it's so interesting, especially when you hear men who are just like, I don't understand, why don't you just leave? Just if you're in a bad relationship, just leave. I'm like, sometimes you don't realize it until it's too late and physically your body's all messed up and you can't actually walk out the door. Stuff that a lot of people don't fully understand. They don't understand what can happen to the body in those circumstances and how that can affect you. So, getting out of breath because of my situation. Sorry. I chose to go down the path with this content. I chose it. I didn't start out wanting to do it this way, but I chose it. And I had to take a hard look and I had to say, this isn't who I want to be. I used it to grow my channel. I'm grateful for that, but this isn't what I want. And when I realized how much I could just do little videos, I didn't have to sit and talk for a couple hours a day, which I really can't. I really can't focus on healing my nervous system and do these long videos every day. I just can't. And I thought, let me try to work smarter. You can build an audience quicker on TikTok and I can do stuff I like. So, add me on TikTok and Snapchat. And also Snapchat has their spotlight program. So I'm going to try some stuff. I don't know how it's going to go. It's probably not going to go well, but I might do a little singing. I have some rapping I want to do if you guys don't know, I am a decent rapper only because I talk quickly. I'm like, if I can talk really quick, I could probably do some rapping. So I have a lot of fun stuff planned, and I want to use TikTok to promote the YouTube channel and vice versa, cross promotion, and the same thing with Snapchat. And I have to rely on this less unless YouTube changes their algorithms, right? Because I just physically can't be here as much. So I might do a few videos a week. It's going to depend on my health. I just don't know what my health can allow. If I could, I would do everything and just go, balls to the wall. Y'all know me. But I have to look at the reality of if I really want to, because I can keep getting thinner. But if I really want to fix my nervous system and get to where I don't have to lay in bed and have all these heart issues and the extreme back pain and the breathing and the extreme weakness, so many people who get diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia have nervous system issues. They have vagus nerve issues like I do. And the problem is if I try to push through it, I'll get extremely painful, that border into not safe spasms in my body of muscle groups and stomach. I have to be this is not a joke. I have to be very careful with this. I'm pushing it right now doing these, but I wanted to get these videos done. And I also wanted to play around with my hair because that was another thing I was worried about. I'm like, I'm already having a hard enough time taking a shower with doing the 45-minute walks, the singing, the cooking, and the cleaning, which my body's still not quite strong enough to do all that. We're working on it. How do I take a shower and do my hair every day? So I'm trying to figure out with where my hair is, what I can really get away with. So let me know, and I'm serious, be honest. If you guys don't like it or you have suggestions, see, look at this, these little hairs. I'm grateful to have them because it's nice to get some hair back, but I'm in this really awkward place with it. And I can't really go get it cut because it's COVID season and it's not real safe for people like anybody, but especially people like me, you have underlying health issues. So that's where I've been, and that's what I've been doing. If you want more info on any of this, if you want to see videos about my weight loss and my skin, you want to see a video about my ex and exactly what happened. By the way, it's an interesting story. You guys would enjoy it. If you guys want to see more stuff, just let me know. Just let me know. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good about wanting to make content that I really enjoy, and they're just fun little minute videos I can do. And please go check out the TikTok, leave comments, tell me what you think. Not only does it help me, obviously, but I really value you guys, and I really want to know what you think. And I think we all can all have fun over there. So let me know. I'm not going to completely give up on this, but if you don't see me over here for a week or so, I just want you guys to be aware going forward why. So that's, I think, what I'm going to do. All right, I think I will end it here. I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited to be with you guys. I love y'all so much. Take care. Lots of blessings. I'm giving you guys hugs and kisses, and I am so excited to move forward, guys. I'm so excited to do things where I can be more myself, and I think, fingers crossed, It's all going to depend on my health, but maybe my health is in the right place where I can actually do the things I want to do and not the things I have to make money or this or that. It's like I've had to walk this line. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know where I left off. I know I was trying to end things. Almost had a heart attack. All of a sudden, we heard Macy just screaming. She got her hair cut, and she has a hard time after she gets her hair cut, and we think she was having a bad dream, but so I'm sorry. I was a little frazzled. I mean, I know the hair looks frazzled, but aside from that, I don't know. I don't know what I was saying. So I'll just tell you, add me, Joy Sparkle Shine, TikTok and Snapchat, and thank you guys for all the love and support, and thank you for just standing by me, and thank you for being patient with me, and thank you for always being here. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'm so excited to be able to do things that are more myself, even just the fact that I look more like myself. Every day I'm just so insanely grateful for how much I've been given and where I'm at, and I'm so grateful for you guys. You guys are, I couldn't ask for a better audience. I really couldn't. Okay, guys, take care and blessings. I will see you soon. Mwah! All right, bye.